Bada bing, bada boom. Bada. Kia ora and hello. Oh, that's the one we wanted. Straight off the bat. Some sort of crazy music. Let me ease into it. Yes. Is this working? Testing. 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 All right. Dun, 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 dun. Back on stream. Hello, Vlad. Pinus Tech Tips. We bought a pine tree one year for Christmas. Like we went to get a Christmas tree and they were all like a little baby one, and they were all kind of like really expensive. And then we saw outside the plant shop there was like a full tree, like a real chaotic looking one for cheap, and we bought it and we called it Pinus Tech Tips. How we all doing? Yeah, it took a few days off. It was kind of a bunch of stuff happening. Oh yeah, we're getting into our schematics. Did some did some things. Did some off-stream stuff. Some bits and pieces, but mainly started doing, yeah, pretty good. Started doing a marching cubes experiment, which was kind of frustrating, but also kind of cool. Yeah, I've just been doing some other work and trying to catch up with the video editing I've been thinking about making the videos this year be monthly recaps of Daisy Trains. So I was going through all the January stuff and trying to make a video out of all that. It's kind of similar to what we already did, but in the last prototype. But there's some cool new stuff. Yeah, marching cubes was a thing. I needed a lot of help really from Copilot, which gave a lot of bad advice. And usually, as usual, you kind of have to go through and just debug it yourself. But it kind of works, but it's also kind of broken, and there's a lot of things. Doo-doo. Yeah, it's... But decided this is the way to go for the project management, to-dos and dones and work in progresses. Things that, oh yeah, last time we got to a point, I think this is going to be really weird actually if I push. Oh no, there it goes. Oh, it actually built the meshes as well, wow. The load and save was broken. I might just turn that off and we'll get back to that. The load and, yeah, at the end of the last stream, the load and save wasn't working. Right now there's a lot of, how many did it do just then? It made quite a few meshes. Yeah, every time it adds a cube, it uploads a new mesh. I just turn off all this stuff. I think I got a bit ahead of myself with the with this marching cube stuff. So I think that'll just not do it, but we're also not rendering the terrain cells. So we'll do that. Yeah, so load save works. and saves and loads the rail state. Pretty sure it's all working. Dug, 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 dug. Dug, 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 dug. Yeah. Which was kind of, in the end, it was simpler than all that. Like, we're just writing down the grid details, the cell details, and then we're just storing the 2 connection node coordinates per connection and what direction they are. And then when you load the game, you just kind of make connections the same way you would in the game. You get the 2 rail nodes in question and then do make link, which is the same way you do when you build one. And then it just adds them to the connection grid and it all kind of works out. It was kind of nice. So that got fixed. So do anything else? Drag to build. Hey, Lace, what's happening? Lace, how do you say your name, man? I don't know. The marching cubes thing is a little beyond me, and it may be a little ahead of schedule. But I just thought I'd take it a little further because right now it's kind of a bit busted. It's also kind of dumb because this is where getting into these situations that I thought might occur eventually with using Raylib to do all the OpenGL stuff is so basically the marching cubes makes a new mesh, then allocates some memory. It does full mallocs here actually. Lace. So yeah, allocates some memory for vertices, normals, texture coordinates, which we're not using at the moment, indices. Then it goes through the grid and it marches. So there's now another grid. If I've got some debug to show them. So if I turn off this, but I've got this one here. It's all a bit of a mess and I need to sort of tidy it up. I'll take away that. So I think this will work. So yeah, if I add a thing there, and it's not actually working correctly as you can see, but then now there's another grid of these little yellow dots, which are like a multiple of however many grid cells. It then splits it up into grid cells going, you know, these are really just points, and then the marching cubes goes through each of these cubes, even though they're kind of half-size cubes, which is probably don't need so many on the Y dimension. But anyway, and it does this little thing where it looks and says which of my corners are active, and then it does all this crazy interpolation where there are these things here, these edge tables and try tables, all this stuff you just copy paste off the internet, and it does a lookup based on, it's like a binary add, and then there are certain combinations of points that are live that create these triangles, and then this stuff I don't even know. This is how we compute the vertices and the normals and stuff, and this didn't work for ages and it was all invisible and stuff. I think I've even got a debug for this. Might be drawing the normals because they're all facing in the wrong direction, and being real. Oh, I'm not constructing the grid, am I? Let's construct the grid. Oh no, we're getting... We're getting bugs. If the mesh constructed, yeah. What did I do wrong? Grid, mesh, match cubes build. Use size, draw those. For the size of the terrain, vertex count. Maybe we won't do those. Maybe we won't do that. Anyway, but then the marching cubes makes this mesh on the CPU side. Like we have this mesh now, which is just an object, but we have to upload it to the GPU. So we upload it and it makes a new mesh on the GPU, and then we free the CPU memory and we return the mesh, and then the grid sets its mesh to the new mesh, but the old mesh is still there. And because of the way it works, like when Raylib does that upload mesh, it gets a new ID. But then for some reason, when I go to unload the mesh, it crashes and says, oh, there's something wrong. We can't find the data in the RL unload mesh thing. Which is... is that because... when we upload mesh, void upload mesh, it doesn't give back like an int or anything? Mesh VA, so it should be 0, and then it assigns it these IDs. But I don't know why when I come back round on the next go and say unload the mesh, it crashes. I think it's definitely me, because the problem is, I don't think that this should be the way to do it at all. Like, I think, I mean, this is why I was like, I should learn the graphics pipeline. There's a lot of theory in here. I think it's possible, and I'm not sure because this is where my knowledge lacks. So when our models, when it does its upload mesh thing, it does all this load vertex array, which if you go into load vertex array is just GL. It's come on, man. It's just calling GL calls, enable vertex array. It goes GL bind vertex array. So I'm not sure if there's a way to just, like the mesh is just some array on the GPU of like vertices, and it probably has other, data buffers for whatever normals or whatever. I'm not exactly sure how it works. But I'm not sure whether you can say, hey, get this, resize it, find some new memory, but assign it to the same mesh. Because right now it's just making a new mesh and uploading that new mesh. So the old one's still in memory. Whatever, this is all fine for now because we're just messing around. But this process happens every time I add a new cube, which is not great. But for testing, I guess it's okay. This is why I'm like, I looked it up and there's like a OpenGL thing to be able to like completely replace a buffer with something else. But anyway. But right now there's a problem because we go in and I do this get node cluster and then I set them all to be on. But this is all just doing some random 27 size thing. Yeah, I don't know, because the resulting mesh is correct, but I just don't know about the underlying data. RLGL. Come on, man, stop listening to me, TV. Far out. But I thought I could fix up the thing so it this get terrain node cluster, I might just say grid set. And I don't need this. I just want to step through based on a coordinate and enable the right amount of things. So sorry if this is a little strange. I want to say grid set terrain node cluster and the grid and the cell coordinates. So we've just activated a cell. We've just activated a cell, and then we're going to add it to the coordinates, and then we're going to try construct a mesh. But this number is just going here, if else. We're going to say that, and we're going to see if we get the same result. Function. Oh, do we need to change it? Function. Oh wait, did we not change it in the H file? Another exciting C thingamajig. All right. Sorry if this isn't very exciting, but it's kind of where I'm at right now. Okay, so we do that and we draw the mesh, so now I can't see the points. So I'll just not render the object. Yes, so we can see we're still getting the points, but we need a step. Everything's controlled by this terrain mesh resolution. So this is how many times how much more times we chop the grid. It's 3 times the resolution of the original grid. So I'm wondering if I can just, right now it's going from 0 to if this was terrain mesh resolution, what would happen there? Sometimes it's good doing this on stream because you talk it out a bit more. Whereas you just go round and round in your head when you're on your own. Okay, so that gets those, but I don't, if I do that, see, I don't know if you can see in the console, it's like mesh uploaded, mesh uploaded, mesh uploaded every time you enable a cell. So if I render this mesh, the resulting mesh, I think it's going to work, but it's going to beep, bop, boop, beep, beep, beep. So it is constructing a mesh, which is a good start. But the problem is now the rail, it's hard to see, but it's building above, because the way marching cubes works is a kind of, there'll be a little cube mark up. Yeah, it'll be like this vertex and however many it chops up, and it'll go up to the next one, which is above, and these ones are not active, so it'll say, well, if that, and it'll do a little algorithm around this cube here, and it'll go like, well, these 4 are active, so therefore put a mesh there, which is like halfway between this and the next one. So it goes above. So I'm wondering if I can not include the top layer. Makes sense? Kind of. So doing terrain mesh resolution -1 on Y maybe. Boom. And now it's a little bit low. I think the rail will be kind of floating a little bit. These are minor things, you know. At least it's creating blocks. The other problem now is that slopes just enable the same amount. What I need is little checkboxes to show, to say like, show terrain, show cells, draw terrain. It's also going at 300 frames a second. Oh, that's because inside here it's rendering like hundreds of little spheres. So this will be different for a slope, which is going to be an interesting thing, because this walks however many we need to, but we need to walk in a diamond based on the rotation of the thing. So what is index? Why do we need this index? I don't think we do. So we say, I guess we can have an, don't know why these are I32s and not U sizes. Oh, dude. So we can say use size X max equals X limit equals terrain mesh resolution. Then we want to do a switch. We don't know what the cell is, do we? I guess we can get the cell, point to cell equals get grid cell at coordinate if cell. Then we want to switch on cell terrain type. Case terrain slope. So we only really care if it's terrain slope. And we want to then switch I guess there's a mathematical way to do this. So we always want to get the first layer. Let's do a diagram. Let's diagram it up. So we'll just do it like 3 by 3 right now. We want to get those ones, and then we want to get these ones, right? And then we want to get these ones, and then we want to get those ones. Yeah, makes sense. So the slope goes like that. And then it gets chopped. So that's the bottom level. It gets chopped, it gets chopped. And the mid level, oh, perfect. Hey Jesse, got a big math brain? So on this one it'd be x and then so we kind of want to go beep 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 beep. How do you do that in a for loop? In 3 for loops? Long ago in ancient times. Long ago. In ancient times. He was good at math. I just wanna ask the thing. So for the first one, you want to go x 1 2 3, and then you want to go x 2 3, and then x 3. If I wanted to step nesting for loops here, I wanted to step through a 3D loop and only sample points in a slope like a wedge. How could I iterate? Because I don't know, in a 3D loop only sample points in a slope like a wedge. You can use conditionals. It just wrote my code back to me. It said, yeah, you could do something. Like, yeah, okay. If x plus y plus z is less than terrain mesh resolution. That doesn't seem right. So maybe the check is in here. I guess we just do it bit by bit. If so, don't worry about this. If cell equals null, let's just print if cell not found at coordinate. But that shouldn't ever happen because we've already got the cell. Whoa, what was that button? Hey, that's a cool button. Okay, so if cell, we don't want to do this do we want to do this on every iteration? I guess we can just say bool slope equals cell type equals terrain slope. Terrain type equals slope, direction orientation equals cell orientation. If slope I guess we can switch on the orientation. Case north. We're back in northeast southwest land. So say we're on a north slope. What does a north slope look like? Am I going to have no information here? This is a north slope. So we want to go x if if y equals 1 and we always want to do all the x's, do we? Yeah, y equals 1 and z equals 2, 3. Continue. Let's see if that does anything. The old don't know how anything works method. So that does that many, that's cool. That did all of the same ones. Are we getting, did we get any problems there? We didn't get a problem. Let's just see if we get this, if we're firing on these. Deep, deep. Okay, it didn't seem to. Terrain type equals terrain slope. Seems strange. Okay, terrain type is terrain flat. Is this because when we write it in the editor, maybe it's not set yet? Terrain editor. Oh, okay, so we add cell to active first. Why would we do that? Let's do it second. Now I'm going to get a breakpoint where I don't want one. Okay, let's continue. Oh yeah, so it didn't do the line. It didn't do. It didn't do something. Didn't do something? Yeah, it skipped that. So this, if y equals 1, continue. If y equals 2, I hate it when it just fills things out and you go, yeah, that's probably right, and it's probably wrong. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0 here. Sorry, what? I mean, we could do the opposite cases and say the only one we want. Let me just double check that. Oh, the viewership goes up when doing dumb stuff. Okay, so it doesn't do y equals 1, so the first thing, and z equals 3. Yes, that's correct. Y equals 2 and z equals 3. Yeah, correct. We're getting a slope. And if y equals 2 and z equals 2, is that right? Is that right? So I'm going to check this every time. I guess it doesn't matter. It's not a major loop. Yeah, and there we have it. That's our slope, right? No, it's not. We want to... We actually... Do we want that? That's going to be a strange mesh. And it's going to be strange also because if we cut those ones off, then we're not going to get anything there, are we? But if there's like... boom there. Well, let's go back and draw the resulting mesh. Have a look. So we get that. We get a slope, but it kind of flattens off at the top. And we don't get that. Maybe we do want to cut off. Maybe we try cutting off. We won't do these. If y equals 0 and z equals 0, don't do that one. 1, 3, 2, 3, what is the order we want to be? We also want to say if y equals 3 and z equals, wait. We need buttons, we need buttons. Oh wait, we want north. Why is it letting me do a thing there? Why did it let me do a thing there, eh? How hard would it be to give ourselves some toggle boxes? They just need to be like, I think I've got a thing down here called Draw UI, and this is called. What if I did GUI button rectangle, not 1010, but like I don't know, 800. I thought the GUI button, we've got a button, it says world. Beep, 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 beep. GUI toggle. What did I use for checkbox? And it needs a build level. Okay. So what we want is some editor I guess we'll just chuck them at the top for now. We'll just start with one bool, draw terrain mesh equals false. And draw terrain mesh, then draw the terrain mesh. And then checkbox, we want the draw terrain mesh. Perfect. Oh yeah, it's a nice box. So the checkbox has the rectangle bounds, the const. Oh, that's the bounds. So there's X, Y, and then why is the text so small? Deep, 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 deep. Why so small text? spool checked. So, well, I might as well test the functionality. Yes, we have a button. So we can also have ball draw terrain mesh nodes equals false. Check box. What if I made it like 100 tall? Do you know what I want next? Terrain mesh nodes. Or terrain mesh nodes. Dun 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 dun. Look at these boxes. Oh, we actually need to do the thing. So it's 10 by thing, it's 20 wide and something. This is just going to be 20 by 20. Why it's like that, I don't know. So we have this draw terrain, so we can wrap that in an if. Draw terrain mesh nodes. Oh yeah, I don't know if I want this song on my thing, because thing might think it's a song. Okay, so we can turn on terrain mesh nodes like that. Now we're working. Now we're creating. Okay. So our slope is still not quite right. We want to take off another one on z equals 1. Z equals 1. If 2 z equals 1, continue. Oh, do we need like, oh no, we won't even start with hot reloading. Okay, and Z3, Z2, Y1. So these are the things. Oh, this should be on by default. Interesting. Draw mesh. Oh, you get a little landing pad. Oh yeah, let's. Boom. You get a little slope. I don't know why that one works. Oh, whoops. If y equals 0, z equals 3. Draw that, draw the mesh. Yeah, so it doesn't do a thing on its own. It kind of relies on one being beneath it. That won't work. But if I was to make a meshy mesh and then do that, and then do that, we should be able to get rail that you can see on a slope that you can munch. Beautiful. All right. So based on this, do you now know the algorithm, Copilot? With a little if. Just copy my work. Down, 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 down. So this is an east slope. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Down, 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 down. Wait, was that good? Oh, it's not drawing the bottom layer, which is what way's north? That's north, so it should be x equals 0, y equals 0, x equals 0 should be a thing, but there's one less, which makes me think something's wrong. Oh, these little tiny buttons. Why are they so tiny? East slope. Yeah. South slope. I feel like, oh, it's got some new numbers for me. So the north slope and the south slope. Yeah, you're all wrong, buddy boy. This is based on, we want to be doing z. If y equals 0, z equals 0, continue. So that just cuts off the first one. I should change that, shouldn't I? Yeah, that cuts off this. So y0, z0, and y0, 1 and 2 and 3. So cut them all off, right? Oh yeah, we should be doing them that way around, shouldn't we? If y equals 1 and z equals 0, yeah, continue. Yeah. Maybe, but not the third. No, not the third one. Okay, this is all wrong. It shouldn't be y0, is it? Okay, let me turn this thing off. It's just like drumming going on in the background. I guess we can just simplify this to if z equals 0, continue. If z equals 1 and y equals 1, continue. Z equals 2 and y equals 1. If z equals 3 and y equals 1, what does that give us? Not quite right. Not quite right. If z equals 1 and y equals 2, continue. Z equals 2 and y equals 1. Z equals 2 and y equals 2. Should this be all of them? Bit of thinking drumming going on. Two and 3. Morning. that was a bit underwhelming. Morning, governor. Yeah, that's the Tahi, isn't it? Terrain mesh. You hear, buddy boy? We're on a terrain meshing excursion. I think there's one missing back here, isn't there? So these are a lot more simple when they're like... If z equals 3, continue. If z equals 2 and y equals 1, z equals 2, y equals 0. Oh man, now I'm confusing myself. This was fine. You can dig it. We can dig. You can actually dig it because it's terrain now. But we don't want to get rid of that one, do we? That one seems like a good one to have. Yeah, that looks a bit better. These tiny checkboxes, dog. Yep. And then this one, ooh, that one's broken. That one works well on the east slope. And the south slope. Huh, it lets me build from the incorrect cell. Which is interesting. Oh, that's a little bug. You can start at an uninitialized cell. So now it's just the... Whoops. So this will be if x equals 0, continue. Yeah. X equals 1 and y equals 1. Equals 1 and y equals 2. Now we're getting it 2, 2, 2, 3. And a break. So I don't know why these ones are so silly. Oh, might as well fix that other bug on the rail builder. Man, this drumming just needs to calm down. In fact, I think you're getting yoinked from the playlist. Playlist. File, save. Megalist. Get node, so build. If current node and current node and current node active. Now we're in it. Now we're in it. How are we, Andy Dev? How goes morale? Whoa. Well, does that look right to you? Because that doesn't look right to me. The western slope is all wrong. Oh, there's a break. Just an extra break in there to break things up. Oh, generating mesh triangulations. Our shading's a little weak. Oh no, not the back. Oh, that sucks, man. Sorry to hear that, bruv. What were you doing? You're of that age, like what were you doing? Looking to the left? Or standing up from sitting down or something? Something crazy like that. Wow. We could be going somewhere with this. Oh, they are currently floating, the train tracks. You can't really see because the shading's so budgy. But you can see we're actually like a step. Oh yeah, I just need to be a little bit careful to put things over here. What happens if I do this? Does it break? No. We're a little off the ground right now because of our interpolation. That whole thing we just wrote should really be based on the terrain mesh resolution, so it's adaptable. Go trains. Yeah, we need some shading stuff. We need shaders. Maybe, but I think we're heading in an interesting direction. Yeah. Oh no, the back. Yeah, dudes, I think I've got a pinched nerve in my shoulder. Like anytime I use the mouse, my hand tingles. Like not a good sign, guys. How are we supposed to make magical games in this state that we're in? Okay, so why are these buttons so small? The trains don't fit the tracks. We're drawing these hideous things. There's lots to fix up. Draw terrain bounding boxes equals false. Dun, 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 dun. What is this playlist? I thought we had all the good stuff. Let's just draw rectangle. We don't want to start. Okay, we're gonna say I32 Y position equals, say 740. I32X position equals, let's just push it out a bit. Draw a rectangle from X0, Y position, width of 200. Let's make it 700 tall, black. And then Y position, let's go Y position plus 10. This is my caveman UI. I'm gonna call my UI caveman if I ever make a UI system. Y position, I guess we could have a I32 box height equals we'll just go line height. Is there like a GUI set? Font size? No. Oh yeah, beautiful. Float. So this wants to be a float, eh? Sorry, F32. Bam, 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 bam. The Bad Back Brothers. The world's smallest thing. What happens there? It's a big box, ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. But the text is still small. So what does this do? Where's the actual function? Get style, get color, get text bounds. How do we make a big giant text box, man? Genie UI, load style. Oh yeah, I've got the style. Does this work? Or maybe not. Is there a thing where I was like set font? Yeah, the trains aren't aligned on the tracks because I scaled them to be a better size and I haven't rebuilt the track models. GUI set font. Size. Load font EX font size. GUI style. Exporting style as code. Text. I don't know. I'm using Ray GUI. Yeah, that's something we could do for a bit of fun. Because, oh, and I never even made that thing, did I? And after all that, never even made the checkbox. Y position, checkbox, terrain mesh, terrain, bounding boxes. Terrain, bounding boxes. What was it complaining about? So don't do those, do that, don't. Oh, and I never did the thing. Yeah, okay. Then in the drawer, it'd be good to actually use, wherever we're drawing these, here. If draw terrain bounding boxes, then draw terrain bounding boxes. Draw mesh, and then one more. We'll call this false. Bool draw terrains cells equals, we'll set this to true, and we'll also have a bool compute terrain mesh equals false. When we draw, we go in under the draw terrain render, and we've just got this render meshes, if render meshes. So it's an if 0, if draw terrain cells, then do all this good stuff. And then the final one was under grid. This actually, now these need to be like part of the editor, which was probably always what they needed to be. Get all these. The grid doesn't know about the editor. The grid doesn't know about the editor. So this needs to be part of the grid. The game. We'll just put it in the game for now. It shouldn't really be in the game, but we'll put it in the game for now. We'll say to do. Well, why does to do look like that? Find a better place for this. Make sure that we set that. Game compute terrain mesh equals false. Then an editor, I guess we can have a one up here. Yeah, for sure we'll have a label. GUI checkbox. Rectangle, oh yeah, we do want that one, but we also want a one called compute terrain mesh, and this can have game compute terrain mesh. Oh, the alignment. The alignment calls for me. And then in grid, it would probably be good to actually use that. Set terrain node cluster. I guess we can just say if game compute terrain mesh, then do all this, otherwise just don't do it. Will it work? Oh, we didn't do a little thing. Why is everything so tiny? Edit. Okay. So now we should get our little blocks. Sorry, I'm a little excited. Compute terrain mesh. On the next one, should compute the terrain mesh. But no more terrain mesh computations, please. And then it draws the terrain mesh and the blocks, and now we've got options. Why does it look like this? Is this the built-in thing? Why have we got some stuff here in Genie debug? Do we have some stuff up here, editor init? Cool, okay. Hey Romanus, how are we? Doing very well, thank you. And you? And you, how art thou? So these things don't currently work. But what we'll do is maybe we will... Oh, did I not record this the whole time? That's annoying. Oh, I wasn't recording on the other thing either. That's a shame. My bad, yeah. In order to make the videos that are out of the streams, I record the mic separate so it doesn't have the music in it, and record the and record the picture down to on another PC, because the one that records into YouTube is kind of ass. So I got a 4K feed getting recorded, but I just didn't record the first hour. But that's all right. We'll make it work. We've had things like this happen in the past. What's that thing above my webcam? The chat. This thing. Little Daisy Trains logo. Oh no, I messed up. Oh no. Okay, don't worry about it. That just goes there now. Okay, so what we're going to do is go into Blender and do some model stuff for a little bit. Make the rail the right size. Because the rail... I think we did a thing. We've got our rail pieces, and hopefully they're all still geonodes. Unless I made them no longer geonodes. Did I commit them? I think I did. Okay. So this is for texturing. Don't save. Straight rail dot blend. That one looks good. That's not the right rail. Don't save. Oh, did I not save these? Did I just commit them and then be like, yeah, that's it for life? I must have. Surely I would have had another copy somewhere. Yeah, I just switched to the vertical mouse to try and combat the tingling fingers, but I think it's something else. What was it? What were we doing? We're doing game dev. We're making games. Daisy Trains models. Okay, there is a chance that we do have them from the Godot. Did I save them? Models. Straight rail.blend? Yes, it still exists. Luckily. Okay, another instance of Blender. We'll open a rail.blend. We'll make a new collection and call it rail conformed or something. Rail conformed, and we'll just chuck these in here. Get rid of the point light. Rail straight, rail sloped. Okay. Let's turn off that. New collection, we'll call this rail procedural. Baked. We're getting baked. Okay, so hopefully we can copy objects and paste. It knows. It knows. Geo knows. Open, don't save, rail, corner rail. Copy objects. GeoNode's curved. Open, don't save, sloped straight rail. So this doesn't have a rotation currently. We're gonna fix that. gonna pop it in here. Now we're gonna go to get the blocks.blend, and this is in the wrong file altogether also. So this is not how you do projects, guys and gals. This is not how you do it. So first of all, we're going to save this into the prototype blocks.blend. Okay. Now I also want to get all the blocks. This reset, this reset, get all the blocks, copy them, move them into here, new collection, blocks, slope, block, dirt, block, corner, is that what it's called? Blocks. So we'll turn off the rail, block dirt, block flat. Get our naming conventions right. I'll grueling pie and catch you later. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Let's, just for the viewership, change the interface. We'll just crank up this a little bit so it's a little bit like, whoa. All right, it's block dirt, block flat. We could even bring the block corner in. Block slope. Yeah, okay, because I wanted to also bring in a new collection, trains, and then do some like import GLB format. Oh look, they've got railroad, rail corner, rail straight, track damaged, train carriage, train lumber, train electric. I think it was train electric city A. Yeah, that was our train. Select hierarchy, bring it in there. Okay. I wonder if you can just join all these objects so we don't have all this stuff. Can we join and just have one mesh? Will it still work? Color map. All right. So now that we've got everything in here, let's make a little scene. Let's make a little scene. Oh yeah, you can change the colors of these things as well in case you wanted to make them the thing. Trains should be purple. Yep, scene should be brown, of course, obviously. So we get the blocks, we'll pop them in the scene, and then we can do a little layouty thing. Are we on a little snap? Oh, the snap should be... Can you set the snap to be some sort of... I want it to be something that's not one. What about edge? That doesn't seem to do anything. Face. I guess we could just set this one to be manually -0.5. Okay. A little corner block, GX1. DY2, 1, -2, -1, -1, 2. Yeah. And then -0.5. DX1. Yes. Okay. So I just wanted to like mock up a little thing with these rail nodes. So this rail corner procedural. Rail straight procedural. Rail slope procedural. It might be cool to even have the rail be procedural in the game, maybe. That could be something crazy. So we move this over y1 or -1. Okay. gy -1. gz -0.5. Why did you be like that? Oh, we want it to be a 0 actually. Do we? Huh, it does snap there. That's interesting. 90. This should actually be 0.25. All right. Yeah, and this needs to have a rotate X of what did we decide it was? 27 degrees. 26.5 degrees. All right. So the idea is that the train, we just need to figure out what the train scale is. Oops. Oh, just call this train 1, man. Train 01. So I think the scale we had it was 0.2. Current train scale should probably 0.137. Sorry if this is underneath the thing, maybe I'll... bring it over. All right. Yeah, so the thing was like getting it and its train cars to look kind of correct. Well, to not bump into each other, and so the scale looked like it was kind of cool. I feel like it looks too small for the blocks now, but it was just a matter of the corner sharpness. Let's just turn off the floor and the axes. We could even import, this is sort of hanging off the edge. Import a GLTF. We had train electric. Oh, we just had train carriage container. Let's get a red container in there. Put it in trains. Pop it in there. Scale. Can I have a add driver? Object, let me pick the train. Edit driver, train type X scale. Oh, look at that. You can have reference things. var. Yeah. Man, can I just not say Y scale? And then add driver. Train 01 Z scale. Not +1. That's cool. Little scripting, little thing. Oh no, don't tell me the train carriage has multiple parts. Well, what did I do? I feel like I did something bad. All that effort. And I forgot to bring in the actual, all the different bits. Just join them. So this is trainer 1. This is container red. All right, I think I'll just set these to 0.137. Is that what it was? 127, see? All right. And then move it over here and rotate it on the Z. It's hard to know because we're doing it programmatically to be always based on an offset. But either way, now if we were to reverse engineer these bad boys to be, how did we do this? Radius 0.5. We still want we want the radius to be 0.5. But we want the how did we do this? Was it based on the scale? Oh yeah, we want them to be bigger but smaller, if you know what I mean. 0.9. But then that isn't the same as that, is it? Also, we don't know exactly. It's not a perfect. It's probably better to do it in a straight one. Rotation 0 or whoa. 0, 90. -90. What is this? What is this rotation? Mode quaternion. 90. -90. So the location should be y equals 1. No, -1. Yeah, that, okay. Let's just hide these containers for the moment. So this is going to be the size of our train, then this will dictate the size of our rail width. Translation. Man, I wish they would make these more granular, like way more granular. Is there like a super granular? There we go, 0.445. Whoops. So these could all be programmatic as well. -0.045. Yeah. They're going to be tiny rails. They're going to be a little bit tiny. Just do it all What is this music, man? It's like... Yo, Billy Nugs! So these are now the cube. These are these guys. Should these be more often? And thinner? Little train tracks. I mean, what does a train track look like? I feel like we've been through this before. They look like India today. I mean, they're always shot in the same angle to not show how deep it is. Show me a top down, buddy. Hey, look, it's daisy trains. I mean, it feels a bit bad to make such small rail. But I guess we could just make them... we need to make sure that we copy the... You know, this music is very ethereal. How do I just... I'll just get rid of everything. Get some music. Yeah, get these musics. Just get some nice chill musics going. So this cube needs to come across. I've made copies of these. No, these are the procedural ones that I'm overriding. I do have a copy of them somewhere. Okay, we're doing that. And then this distance is 0.05. Oh no, this is the wrong music. Is it under music? Oh, we'll get some of these. Yeah, these seem good. We'll get all this stuff going. All right. And then there's 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.01. This start and end is a bit weird. Should be more like that. And then these offsets can just match. Oh no, that's the wrong one, buddy boy. How do we line you up? Is there a number? 0.93333. 0.91111. Why are they so high off the ground? Was that always the case? Oh, it's this thing. It's This is a little bit off the ground, negative 0.25. .915. No. 0.912. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then the other one is that 1.090. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. And then slope these need to be changed. Or the numbers 0.45. Then this, have we still got the cube? Yes. And this was every 0.05. Yeah, all right, that'll do for now. That'll do. Although we still need to now bake the materials onto them, which is super annoying. Can that be done? I don't even think it can be done until you bake them down. I think it's going to be too sad that the rails are so small. I mean, you could put you could do other little things, like have little, what else does rail have around it? Does it have any, you could put some little gravel down. How hard can that be? Add a geometry, a mesh primitive. A planar mesh. One by one by one. Do a transform. A very small amount. Size X, make it a little less crazy. Ooh, this is gonna get techie. Maybe we won't bother with this. I mean, you could just add this in non-procedurally, I guess. But it's kind of annoying, so I won't do it. I won't do it. Not yet, anyway. Word needed. If I was to export this just as it is, like into model, into export, models, C daisy trains models, include the selected objects only, transform data, scene graph, mesh, apply modifiers, material, export the materials. Don't worry about shape keys. Rail, are we on the flat one? Rail straight, small. Let's see if that works. Model rail straight equals load rail straight small.obj. Don't set the material. What happens? Down. Oh, did it fail? Because maybe I didn't change it to GLB. Gotta read your console. Materials count too? Maybe it just brought the materials in. File loaded successfully, rail straight small GLB meshes material. So why no rail? Oh, it's over there and it's... Oh yeah, that makes sense. We also need to do these like... We got the realize instances. We also need to reset these to 0. Maybe we'll chuck it in rail baked as well. We'll just chuck it in rail baked. Rail straight. Geometry nodes apply. Okay. Now export GLTF. Did I have the right settings? Include transform data material mesh. Okay. Oh, she's a bit of a slog. Okay, it's round the wrong way. It doesn't bring in all the bits and bobs. Is this going to crash? It could. Why is that rotatos? Did I rotatos it? I did. This might crash. It says there's a thing there. Yeah, these silly little rails, they're just too little. Also, where is all my mesh information? Am I just drawing mesh? Am I just drawing mesh 0 when I draw the rail? Let's just... That's weird. It's all there when I do it. When we draw it, it's like... We draw model. Do we do draw model? Render object, render mesh. Is this just going to crash it? So, oh, mesh data. Why aren't we drawing the model? So that's the second one, but the materials and the materials. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, that's gonna break the game. All right, not as straightforward as all that. Why do we not rail draw a model instead? Because we're doing this weird rail matrix rotation. Why are we doing that? Why are we not doing this? Model data. Render model data. Why don't we do connection.model? Is this because it's just gonna not do everything? It's gonna do a lot of because then each one needs a model. Yeah, it's the rotation stuff. Also, these materials and stuff don't seem to work so well. Yeah, they need to be baked down to a single mesh with a single material, I believe. Yeah, it all needs a little bit more doing. Quite like them this size as well. I wonder if there's something you can do. We could just make the trains a bit bigger again. I think that's a good size for the curve. It might be a bit of off stream, just grunt work of going through. And redoing the rail models, or we do them procedurally. We need instance rendering. I want to do grass rendering. I want to do instance rendering. Maybe I'll change the train scale again. Daisy trains, where's trains? So we'll have the car offset, yeah, and we'll also have a const. Oh, we're writing the word float. That's interesting. Train scale equals 0.2375. It remembers the old one. And when we do the movement, I guess we put the train scale and the train scale. So now they'll be bigger, but they're a little bit weird now. They're a little bit chunky, but that might be fine. They fit the tracks now, but they go around the corners a little bit. Oh, yo. What happened to our car offset? Did we not change it? Oh yeah, we can just load the level, can't we? Yeah, we can, and just drop a train down, just like that. Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-dum-dum-dum. Yeah, they just run into each other, and they run into each other on the corners. I don't know, it could be cool, but the trains could be longer and thinner or something. See how it all just looks a little bunched up. Look at this guy. Yeah, the scaling's a bit weird. Never the mind. We can turn off compute terrain mesh. Ah. Oh, draw terrain mesh. Oh, yeah, that's just a straight up flat boy. There goes the terrain mesh. Nice. Pretty nice. Yeah, the movement of the train's a bit wonks. They're just too big. They are too big. I preferred them when they were like this. I'm so used to drawing it out every time. I wonder what I wonder what sort of engineering would go into drawing them procedurally. I guess you'd end up calculating so much stuff. You'd just want to create some data that said draw this amount of things, and then these would be like, they already are kind of stepped, but they'd be like using meshes is probably just a lot simpler. Okay, so in our notes we are marching cubes. Basic algorithm working still. This can be done. To do investigate mesh overwrite in OpenGL. To do shader tests. and resolution. Changeable. I need to do remove rail is kind of an important one. To remove a connection. But yeah, maybe I want to fix those models before I do it. I want to just build see if I can build a huge level, up the size of the level. Is this just set here, the world min size? So if I set that much bigger, what if it was like this? Why have I got a min and a max? And I put like 24 max levels. And make the level width, depth, and height like 25. Is this going to blow things up? Okay, we got a big grid. It's doing quite a lot to draw those lines. So now we can build big levels. Wow, that's kind of cool. Bigger levels. I mean, I don't know if big is good, but it certainly is a lot of fun. Yo, Jesse, what's up? Oops. Just messing around with some gigantic levels. Some bigger levels. Do a bit of stress testing, see how many trains we can get. I think there's only like 4 trains per level right now. Oh no, you went the wrong way, sir. I think I'll start recycling trains if I do this. Oh, yes. Anything interesting? Oh, now I can't change the trains because... Oh, we got 24 levels. I'm going through so many. Big levels. Is any of this going to start hurting our performance at some point? We've got no culling. We're drawing boxes on top of boxes on top of boxes. Do 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 do. Dun, 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 dun. One of those, one of those. How many trains are there per level? Ooh, we're starting to lose some performance. Interesting. Train goes up, train goes down, train goes left, train goes right. Oh, what did I do? Little train worlds. We could theoretically build out the mesh. I wonder if it makes a big difference if we were to say compute terrain mesh ish, and then draw the terrain mesh and then turn off the terrain cells. Oh yeah, buddy. On this one, compute terrain mesh, bada bump. Turn off the cells. Yeah, we get a lot more performs. Oh, those little trains are stuck in this little world of hurt. Oh, I'm on the wrong level. Get out of there. I quite like this like real minimalistic look. I don't want to compute meshes right now. I'm going to draw the train cells again. I'm going to keep going. Keep going. Just boring these boring levels right now. Rail. Oh, is that not going to let me do it? Whoa. We're down to 300 frames a second. It'd be cool to get some profiling going and see what's actually taking time. Dun 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 dun. What are we doing here? Just building things. Just building things, sir. Oh, that's all the change to this level. Still 300. We can't seem to break the 300. Let's just build a thingamabob. We'll build some stuff on top of some stuff again, just some dumb ones. Some pyramids. Oh no, they're going the wrong way. Oh, it happens. Build mode worlds. Let's get back down to that and let's just build a bunch more worlds. What can go high, this one? Something's going weirdly lagging here. Something's lagging on the build mode world. I think is it just drawing this gigantic thingamajig? Something's being weird. I'm definitely getting lag on the inputs, although it's still running at 300 frames a second. Is it the mouse? Oh, it's just the mouse. Why is the mouse bugging? Is it the it's like the USB port is like, we're too busy drawing trains over here. Wow, it's weird switching from a vertical to a non-vertical. Some floating blocks, anyone? Oh, it's like Transport Tycoon, really. Down, down, down. Whoops, that's a bit wonky. Is that even a rail? Mega Worlds. Still in pretty good shape. Go trains go. Nothing hurts us. I don't know what the point of that is. Still 200. What happens if I go full screen? Yes. Still 200. These are all going into each other. 190. We broke the 200. I mean, performance at this point doesn't really matter, but it's good to get an indicator, I guess. Now, one test would be to draw the terrain. Wow, look at that. Freaky deaky floating trains. Draw the bounding boxes. Yes. Compute terrain mesh, draw terrain mesh. So we would that'll compute that terrain mesh. That'll compute that terrain mesh. So the terrain meshes cost a lot less than the cells, obviously, because there's a lot of overdrawing going on. Can't really see what's going on. Hey, look, that one's going through a big old tunnel. Well, that seems to have closed up all the gaps there. Keep going. Oh, we've got to get a new level. Let's turn off compute mesh for now. Pretty good, man. Oh, you're gonna get caught up too, bud. Huh? Oh, wow. You can just still click it. That's interesting. Oh, these ones didn't compute. Is that because they're too high? It doesn't compute the top layer. We got floating trains, no problems. Still 200 frames. No problem. $150. I don't know how many worlds we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 levels. I mean, you can imagine it getting quite big. Let's crank up these train speeds. Is it fun yet? It's like snakes. This little guy here doing his little thing. I wonder how hard culling is. What do you got to do for culling? I guess for every draw call, you just got to figure out if it's in the world space. Maybe the renderer does that. So you still process the job. I mean, you still queue the job, but then you ask, the renderer says, should I cull you or not, maybe. Oh, what did I... I'm blowing up the... Oh, that was... Look at that. But well, look at the trains are freaking out. Okay, don't draw them ever again. My trains are all gone on this level. We got some bad data. Let's get those trains back on the tracks. Trains, anyone? We can't do it. Trains are gone for good. They got some crazy data sent their way. Don't click that button there. That's learning. All right, I think that's pretty good for today. What did we actually achieve? We did a bit of cubes, marching cubes. Hey, you can just do that. That's kind of cool. It behaves like a regular window. We did do some marching cube. We improved the algorithm a little bit, and then we're testing trains. Remove train, train collision, allocate train. To do with the rail is also a resize rail models. Yeah. Oh, terrain I want to try. Really want to try grass. But this probably needs instancing. I mean, maybe it doesn't matter at this stage. Depends how much grass you need. Yeah, buddy. All right, y'all. I was a little short stream today, but we will carry on. What is it? Friday. It's Friday in this part of the world. Whatever day it is, wherever you're at, I hope you have a good weekend coming up. Keep the morale high. We're working on the video. I was thinking of chopping the thing into monthly videos with Daisy Trains, so we'll start work on the first 2025 video. I mean, it's already in progress, but we'll yeah, no worries, man. Hope things go well. It's always a good time. Alrighty. Well, the guts be gurgling. It must be lunchtime. 12 o'clock on the dot. All right, y'all. All right.